And hello, everybody. Welcome. Once again, it's that time of the month. It is What's Left of Us Day. All right.
I don't think you should make time of the month jokes.
See, I wasn't gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all thinking it.
Yeah.
I'm a wordsmith. Welcome to What's Left of Us, the actual play series where me and my friends play our games of basements and big lizards. We are here to show you a good time and share our lovely story, which involves at the moment a very spicy hill. And so before I get into bringing you all up to speed, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. First of all, we are streaming this on both Twitch and YouTube, and you can watch us on either or. The VODs are immediately available on both immediately after the show, and immediately after playing our little stint here, we are going to have a couch session where we chat about what the game was like and answer viewer questions. So if you have any questions, save them for then, and believe me, we will answer all of that. This is a TTRPG. We dive into some topics that, of course, everyone at the table has said that they are good with, but sometimes can be a little bit difficult for other people to listen to. So if you find yourself being particularly disturbed by what you're seeing, please take the time, bow out, come back in a little later on. Let's see here, what else? Our lovely mod in chat. Her name's in my bio, Sam, on both Twitch and YouTube. Sam is our faithful moderator, and he will be serving out both answers to regular questions and or bans should you be naughty. So don't be naughty. You know, that's how it be. I think that's it. Anyone else got anything they'd like to put up front for housekeeping? Yeah?
Wait to die in a volcano.
Right.
We still haven't punched the volcano yet.
Yeah, no, that's on my to-do list. Before we leave this volcano, I have to at some point turn around and punch the ground.
I had to punch the volcano.
It's my character arc.
So, last we left off, our party, having just saved the village of Tema from certain zombification, decided to go to the place of burial that for an ash speaker, one of the clerics of the mountain who kept up the generational religion of this area. Apparently this young girl who was in training to become an ash speaker had died very mysteriously and suddenly. And that's not a thing that usually happens on Tema, in Valasso in general, but of course not in Tema. And so your party decided to go and investigate that. They got to the village farm, which I will bring up right now. There we are. They got to the village farm, and they did indeed discover that there was a coffin, and in that coffin was the body of the young girl, who they were able to speak to thanks to the timely intervention of Randy. He spoke really well with the girl, and you know, she was fine. She was a little weird, but you know, everyone gets a little weird when they're dead. And then they were almost immediately attacked by something that showed that the progression of the weird stuff that was happening on Valasso is getting worse. It was a roiling ball of half-formed bodies, just gooey and sticking together. And they had a hard time. There were some really cool moments, like this really cool electrical thingy that Emery did that had zero effect on the slime, even though they cast it at like a critical or something like that. It was amazing.
Oh shit, I'm still mad. Still mad.
Don't tell me what has effects on me and what doesn't.
Upsetting. All right, that's very presumptuous.
Apparently you're immune to electricity, and we got to keep that in mind from now on.
Well, that is true, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Right. Mildred can only be harmed by B-movie type horror plots.
If that were true, I would be long dead.
Right. Yeah, it was actually, yes, it was a very gooshy episode last time. Thank you, chat. It very much was.
Oh.
No.
It was the gooshiest, in fact. It was a giant goosh ball of gooshiness.
Continue the recap, DM.
Yeah, the party. I mean, the party fought the great giant goo monster, and there was almost no damage, with the exception of course, unfortunately, Maldris, who failed a very important dexterity saving throw at the very last minute. He got a whole zombie chucked at her. But that, I think, was it. We are standing in the aftermath of that particular fight. With the information you need to go up the mountain and finally figure out what exactly is going wrong here. You know from the little girl that there is a monastery at the top of the mountain. You know that it had some sort of obelisk or crystal pillar or something of the sort. She had no idea what it did, but it was obviously very important. And you also know that most of her job involved talking to an entity called Ruatal, who lived in the caldera.
Kaye.
All
And
right,
so we're here.
let's go.
You were on the darkened slopes of Lasso. It is, it's very close to noon at this point, but you wouldn't know it. The sky is literally choked with ash and soot. It is getting a little difficult to breathe. From here on out, you are going to be in dangerous territory, which means that for every hour of travel, I'm going to have you guys do a Constitution saving throw. And if you fail it, you will get a point of exhaustion. You will not be affected by the heat, however, because all of you were able to get a jewel from the Demete and Rhiannon from Tema. Well, there was 4 of them doled out, but of course one of you is already resistant to fire, so all of you who need it have one.
Will it hurt Sparks?
Sparks is mostly metal and wood, so he'll be able to take the heat. He will not be able to take
Two things
the fire
both
too
known
much.
to be incredibly resistant to.
You probably don't want to hug
flame.
him while you're up here. He's going to get very warm. Yeah.
It won't hurt him.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
He's a construct.
Okay.
He's resistant to most of those things.
Constructs also aren't supposed to be like alive, but
That's
yet
true.
here we are.
Your construct has the ability to be healed instead of mended. Isn't that interesting?
Not just a thing.
Mhm.
A normal thing.
The normal thing that happens. All right, everybody. You're good to go whenever you would like.
Huzzah! Let's go.
Guess we don't. Yep, guess we're just going then, huh?
Maldris
gonna,
is
like-
just gonna like limp behind everybody.
No. How are you doing on health out of curiosity?
Not great.
Oh no.
I mean, I might survive another fight.
Might.
Might.
Oh no.
Just stay back a bit, maybe.
That's good.
Yeah,
news for me.
I'll just follow
No!
behind you guys.
Are we going?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Mhm.
go to the thing.
The peak.
Let's go.
Mountain.
Let's go,
Okay.
gamers.
To the caldera.
Surely nothing
Mamma mia.
terribly could go wrong ever.
All right, everybody.
We have these amulets. It's good to go.
So let's, who is going to be leading this party up the mountain? I'm going to say you're going to want somebody with a good survival score.
Mine is +0.
Mine is +2.
And mine is also +2. Tim is very eager. She isn't necessarily the best person for the job, but she is the most enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense to
I'm
me.
just +1. You guys.
All right, we all suck at this. Okay. Tim, I guess.
Sure.
And Vern will be right behind.
Can Sparks also help?
Sparks is your construct. He can use the help action.
Perfect.
And I mean, Vernon is also there as well. So I think the 3 of you together at least indicate that you can roll with advantage should you want to.
All right. Survival check?
Yep, you'll need a survival check to get you up the mountain on regular time.
That's a natural 20 for a 22.
God.
Oh, I got a natural 1 Plus 2, so 3.
It's a very good
The
thing to
duality
do.
of D&D.
Brennan's like, wow, a volcano. And he trips and just gets a face full of rocks.
First step immediately.
Magma.
I thought Mal was the injured one.
Right.
So spicy.
Okay. So I was gonna make you have to roll more than once, but you got like a nat 20, and I have to respect it. So all of you are only going to have to roll one Constitution saving throw. You let me know what you roll. Because Tim has managed to get you up the mountain in like under an hour.
Shoo.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
We'd be fucking zooming.
Yeah, you weren't like
It's
really far. The top of the Caldera's problem is that it's like a steep slope, and so like there's stairs and there's like a path, but like
Oh, I rolled a nat 20 on that one.
oh, good for you.
well, that's
Nice.
that's an important one.
17.
Go.
I also got
1d1.
17.
I also got 17.
Woo.
I got 11.
Oh
To
no.
be fair, 11 is just good enough. I just needed you to be over 10. Everyone avoids a point of exhaustion, so congratulations.
Yeah, Tim is like doing like mental calculus. It's like the meme with all of the like, formulas
Numbers.
flowing past her head. She's doing the calculus to calculate like the rate of flow and like the trigonometry of like the angles of where we're going up to find like the best path that has no, there will not be any lava in our way at any point
Right.
because of math.
Can you, Zoe, can you have Tim do an insight check for me, please?
No.
You just say no and then you just do no. Oh no.
A 1?
I see
Okay,
that.
don't worry about it.
It's a 1.
Don't worry about it.
No.
No reason.
I hate this.
No reason, it's all good. Okay. So
Hate that
you
for
all
us.
got there very fast. There was also maybe something you could have run into, but that was a very good survival check, so that's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to go over here.
Were you trying to kill me?
I'm
He's
sorry I
always doing
ruined your
that.
game.
That's his job.
That's how he wins.
Yeah.
I mean, D&D is the DM versus the players, after
Mhm.
all, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Obviously.
yeah. Obviously.
That's why after every game I threaten to just destroy Jay, drive to his house, kick his ass.
Not very sportsmanlike.
I'm a sore loser. What can I say? And listen, we've already decided that I would win in a fight. I can digest milk and see color.
That's true. Those are heady
Yeah.
advantages in a fight.
Mhm. Oh, what is
Maldress,
this
Maldress.
spooky looking place?
Maldress. There you are. Welcome, everybody. You have reached the monastery on top of the volcano. On your way up through here, you notice there's actually kind of like a monastery village around this area. A lot of buildings in the same style. However, a lot of it has been destroyed by recent volcanic activity. This monastery, you can tell, is being protected by a field very similar to the one in Tema. However, it for some reason didn't extend to the entirety of the village. As you walk through the burnt out village, you notice that a lot of it is winemaking. So you can understand that this is where Tema's grapes tend to go to. And then, of course, this wine is shipped back down the mountain again once they're all done with it. And then you come to this entranceway right here. And just above this area, you can see the caldera's lip. And there is ominous bubbling and lots of smoke. Right now, there's nothing coming out of the volcano because there was an explosion recently. However, you're just, it's like, some horrible early 90s cartoon stuff going on right in front of you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just want to take a moment to appreciate the fact that you said the caldera is lit.
It is lit. Well, that's because Mildred, I am hip. I am with it and happening.
Everybody roll psychic damage.
That's
I mean, they do make wine here, so party central.
Mm-hmm.
right. It is It's turned.
Ow.
Hey, who wants to go into the volcano thing?
All right. Well, so I guess one thing is maybe just on our way up, before we get like when we're about to get here, Emery's just kind of like, just address the group, keep moving, but just kind of address the group and be like, all right, so real quick, given our luck and our track record with this whole thing so far, it seems decently likely that we are going to get involved in some shit when we get up to the top here. Some kind of altercation, perhaps. And since it apparently isn't super clear, I want to make it very clear that the past couple of times we've been in fights, when I have gone berserk like that, I don't know what is causing that. I don't know how or why it is happening. This is new to me. And most importantly, if it happens again, I am not in control. And so I guess just if we do end up in some sort of fight, I might not be able to stop myself from attacking just the nearest person to me. Don't let that be you. Do not endanger yourselves trying to fight alongside me, all right? That's it. I want us to have to worry about the volcano, not anything that I'm gonna do. So, that's it. That's my piece.
Understood. We'll steer clear unless
I
needed.
think I speak for the entire party when I say that I would handily defeat you if you were transformed again, so you have nothing to worry about.
I mean, I don't really care if you hit me, but if you hit Sparks, you know, I might not be able to control what I do next, so.
Right. Well,
Tim is just gonna reach up and just hold your hand as we continue walking.
All right. Well, I'm sorry if it comes to that. I'm going to do my very best not to do anything I wouldn't normally do, but
I trust you.
Yes, let's none of us turn into monsters. It seems to be a recurring theme.
Emery glances sideways at Vernon.
Well, I mean,
Vernon just
becoming
there.
a mushroom. I don't know that a mushroom is a monster.
No, I suppose it really depends on a lot of
Are
factors.
you guys still going on about the mushroom thing?
Oh, I'm
I thought
sorry,
that-
is the fact that my entire existence is fading out
No,
not exciting enough a conversation topic for you?
No, I thought I kind of thought I was having a nightmare when I overheard you talking about that the other night, because it was, you know,
A nightmare? Wouldn't that be like the coolest dream ever, though? I want to be best friends with a mushroom.
I mean,
You might get your chance.
Yes.
Whenever Maldra speaks up, it's always a zinger.
Plus, I'm not turning into a monster. And I don't think Maldress is either.
I'm just very hurt right now.
You'll be okay.
I hope so.
She reaches up and holds your hand with her other hand, so it's...
Tim has two hands.
There we go.
Mom, this is gonna like kind of lean on her a little bit. As much as they
I
can
am
get away
very
with.
small.
There's part of me
You're
that
probably-
Very hurt.
You're probably better leaning on Sparks than... Well, oh no, don't touch him. You will get a burn. Never mind.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
metal
want to
bits.
be
Yeah.
more injured.
Your dog is steaming right now.
I instinctively went to my character sheet. It's like, how much lay on hands points do I have? Wrong game. I am not a paladin today.
Your lay on hand, like, does damage.
Yeah, exactly. I have
I
no
have cure
healing except
wounds.
for myself.
No, let's
Yeah?
not waste spell slots. I have 1 spell slot left, so that's great. We'll be fine. Unless we could like sleep up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say short rest would be nice so I can get my action surge and my second wind back, but
You could if you want to.
Does the walk count as a short rest?
No. You have to be resting.
short rest and yeah, you actually have to like sit and rest.
Yeah, it's
And you could rest here if you wanted to, but you'd be risking another roll for a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's.
I mean,
And
who
so
knows?
by
Maybe
resting, we could take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
A cool thing Dungeons and Dragons do be.
I mean, hasn't anybody else ever like taken a nap and you wake up and you're more tired than when you laid down?
Just covered in
Well,
fair
volcanic
point.
ash.
As a sleep
Yeah,
apnea
just like-
survivor, yes, I have.
Right.
There you go.
So as we walk up, like, are we seeing this bridge thing that we're seeing on the map?
Yeah.
And there is a break in the bridge. That's
There is
that's
a
accurate.
break in the bridge. Yep.
Cool.
Oh. How big is the break? Can we see that from here?
It's not terribly large. Maybe only a 5-foot gap.
What's
That's
underneath
big.
it?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
grasped
stretches
that.
away for a while. It's a chasm. Yeah.
I guess maintenance wasn't their highest priority right now. That's fun.
Does it look burnt around the break? Or is it just like
Does?
a break?
It does look burnt around the break. Yeah.
So I think that the littlest people should go first, or the like lightest people. That way we don't like smash it if we're too big.
Do you
I'm not
have
saying
any-
that because
if
I
you
want to
wanna
go first.
first.
No, because that means that like Sparks would be last because he's dense.
I'm large and
Green
dense.
seems like-
Yeah, both you and Sparks would be last. I'll go first.
I mean, I've
All
got
right.
I've got a rope, and I feel like most of us should have rope just in adventurer's kit. Do we want to like?
Yeah, tie it around my
That's a good
waist, and then
point.
we can like use it, like tie it against something over there, and then I'll carry it over when I go, and I can tie it something.
Yeah,
over
but also
there,
tie it
that way-
around your waist so if you fall, we can catch you.
Oh yeah, that too. All right, fuck it. Yeah,
This
let's.
is-
I'm gonna
yeah.
leap.
This is easily done. You go ahead and give me an athletics check. Or an acrobatics, whichever is higher for you. I don't know.
A flip.
Oh,
Do a flip.
acrobatics is higher.
Yeah, do a flip. This is
Ooh, 21.
yes.
I do a
Tim.
flip.
Yeah, Tim does a little flip over a chasm that you realize is belching some very hot volcanic issuances. Probably
Careful.
some sort of like poison air. You're not sure.
It's
what
real hot
exactly
and
it
real
is.
gross.
Yeah.
All right, tie it off on
Who's
the other
next?
side somewhere.
I will do so.
Hey, by the way, Sparks is really not enjoying the fact that he's separated from you. Do you want to tell him? You want to try to command him to stay where he is?
Yeah. I will make it clear to him that he has to go last because he's a big boy,
Okay.
and I want to make sure that he doesn't break anything when he runs across.
Why don't you give me animal handling with advantage?
He's my construct. He listens to everything I say.
Absolutely. Except there's something special about Sparks, isn't there?
No. You said with advantage?
With advantage.
Did you say that? Okay.
Yeah. Because
is
you're
that?
right, he
That's
is your construct.
That's a 2 and a 6.
A 6.
Fuck.
Okay, make an athletics check for Sparks. As he just immediately goes.
He has a
It's gonna-
plus 2 plus my proficiency
Yes.
bonus. What is my
I
proficiency
leap.
bonus? 3? Oh no, 2. Just 2. Okay. Athletics. All right, I am rolling a d20, and that is a oh no.
Oh yeah.
3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7.
7. Okay.
If you
so-
kill my dog, Jay.
No. So this is a very easy jump. anyone could basically make it on your own. What the athletics check is for is to see if you don't break a lot of the platform as you jump. Sparks breaks a bunch of the platform as he leaps.
This is why I told you to stay back.
He's just whining at your leg now.
Sparks, no. I give him just a very soft bop on the nose.
I'm sorry, Mata.
Ugh.
Does he burn you?
I do an angry face and I point at him, and then I give him pets.
It's very happy.
Yes.
It's like petting a
So
hot pan.
now the athletics check is going to be actually about getting across.
Ah, shit.
Sorry, guys, I tried.
It is still relatively easy. This isn't like it's not a terribly difficult jump. 10 feet for a regular adventure is almost nothing, especially from a running jump. So this should be normal. In combat, for instance, you wouldn't have to make a check for this. So
I'm gonna take the other end of the rope, and like kind of tie it off on one of these pillars. And maybe if we have like something, make like a little carabiner out of it that you can use just like as a safety, like kind of run it with like kind of run along it and jump like you're trying to do a zip line.
yeah.
So that
Do
if we
you
don't
and
make
Tim-
it,
Do you and Tim want to make me dexterity checks just to see how well you tie these knots?
sure.
That's a 7.
Nice.
+1 is 4.
Okay, so I think those are so bad that you guys actually notice before you do anything that those knots are bad. So you can try again.
Okay.
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
That's a. Does someone else know knots more? I was not in Boy Scouts.
I don't know. You're pretty with an 8. I think you're pretty confident in your knot.
Me as a player.
Was it
is not-
dexterity?
Yes.
Because I can do it. I can try anyway.
Yeah.
Look, I never went camping as a kid. Someone else do this.
Oh no, that was a natural 1.
Malders goes to poke at your knot and it immediately falls apart.
Listen, I'm injured.
There
Ow.
is a rope like across. Not that that helps, but like I've done a rope.
This is the rope we're
What
talking
was the
about.
check
This
again?
is this
Dexterity?
is tying off your rope. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
the
it's a
other end.
dexterity
Oh,
check.
I see.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, because like you tied off your end well.
Yeah.
I got
The
a
rest of us-
9.
Fucking
Got a
suck at this
9?
apparently.
You know,
That's
maybe
better.
we should just give up on the rope idea.
Rathgirther,
you
you're
guys
watching
can't-
your whole party kind of fail to tie a knot on this end.
If you guys can do it, that's okay.
I refuse to participate in the rope tying because I refuse to entertain the idea that I couldn't make the jump.
Perfect. Okay, so who's going next then? You guys are confident that the rope is tied properly.
I'm gonna take like my little waist sash that I have and just kind of like use it as one would if you're like zip lining between two buildings improvisationally. And I'm just gonna
Right.
like kind of hold that in one
Sure.
hand so that if I don't make the jump, I will have a safety net of this thing will hopefully catch me. And I'm just gonna take a fucking run and jump and just try and make it across.
Make me an athletics check or an acrobatics check. It's up to you.
Okay, dice. Please do not fuck with me here. My acrobatics and athletics are the same. So here we go. 19 plus 3, baby.
Oh,
Woohoo.
excellent. You don't even need the rope.
Do a flip.
I do not do a flip.
She does do a cool little roll at the end of her jump, though.
Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
a flip. I'm gonna tie my little waist thing back on. Also, point of order, can I like kind of grab one of those chains and like stand relatively close to the edge so I can catch people if I need to?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll provide a little extra bonus, I think. Who's next?
I mean, I can.
Thomas.
I
Yeah.
can go.
Yeah?
I'm using
Same
a
thing.
different D20 this time because fuck that one.
Pardon me.
Okay, so that's a 13 plus 4, so 17 for my athletics.
Sorry, what was that? 16?
No, 17.
17? Okay, perfect. Once again, you also don't really need the rope.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, pardon me. Wow.
What did you do?
I sneezed. I sneezed. And I
You
said
got
numbers
blown
into
off
the
course.
depths. Yeah. One sneeze and an adventurer goes away.
Yeet Malders across the map.
Okay.
I'm not
whoever's
that good
next.
at athletics.
Vernon's gonna go for like a running leap across.
Right.
And 13.
13? Oh,
Yeah. Dice bounced off the side of the browser and just plopped
Okay.
down.
You make it, but you have to use both the rope and Emery.
I'm
Okay.
grabbing your hand.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah, let's try not to give me a heart attack. Get
All
over there.
right. And then finally, Rathgurther.
Full fucking send, baby.
Go for it.
Let's
Running
go.
leap, give me an athletics saving throw.
Can't use acrobatics?
You can if you wish, yeah.
Flip.
22.
Woo!
22.
Do a flip!
Yeah. The mighty Rathgurther does indeed do her best heroic leap. There you go.
Hardly my best.
All right, well, let's just go.
All right. Here, give me half a moment, folks. I have to blow my nose. I can't do that
Oh,
on there.
no.
Give me half a second.
Quick, everyone
All right,
talk about Jay.
come on. Well, he's gone. We rush in and we win.
We win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled 4 nat 20s
Easiest
to beat the game. We're all level 20 now.
That's
and we
it.
win.
Dungeons and Dragons complete.
Wahoo.
I can't
We
believe
beat all of the dragons.
We
Maybe
dungeons
the true-
and dragoned.
maybe the true Dungeons and Dragons was the friends we made along the way.
Aw.
Yay.
I don't want to be friends with a dungeon.
What did Dungeon ever do to you?
Definitionally bad things.
Dungeon doesn't have to imply bad.
I
I
think it
mean-
implies bad. I don't think it is. I don't think it definitionally it is bad.
It can have cool treasure.
So you're both wrong.
I think definitionally
English
it's quite
teacher.
bad, actually.
No.
No one ever goes to a dungeon and is like, this is sick.
Yeah, you
I
get
don't
thrown in
Several
the
friends
dungeon
who would
against your will.
Oh, it does. Okay, let's.
Okay. The dictionary definition of dungeon, as
Okay.
provided by dictionary.com,
No,
says
listen.
a strong underground prison spell, especially in a castle. It says nothing about how pleasant it is. Oh, there she goes.
The word prison,
she
I
goes.
think, implies something about how pleasant it is.
Well, we're not necessarily in prison. Oh, gee, here we go. Here we go.
Hi.
I have 100-year-old dictionary
Oh,
that
well,
I
so
will
it's,
be using.
so it's outdated, is what I'm hearing.
No, it's
Right.
classic. What am I looking up? Dungeon, not lieutenant.
It's lieutenant. actually.
Dingus. Dingus.
That's what I call my
That's in the.
cat.
That's in a 100-year-old dictionary.
Yeah. Traumatize. Dumbbell. We're getting close. Okay. Dungeon, a dark, confining prison or cell, especially one underground. Okay. All right. I concede.
Again,
I concede.
I have several friends who would love to do that. They are very into like urbex and shit like that.
Right.
Fun dungeon.
Listen, I too have a lot of friends that have spent time in dungeons, but, you know, we're talking about a different thing.
All right, dungeon. Jay's back. Look, it's the master
am,
of
and I-
dungeons. There he
I can
is.
see your time was all spent well in my absence. All right,
But we didn't
everybody.
mention sex dungeons.
Oh no!
I
that
just
was-
did. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah,
Did
that was
we
the
not?
implication. Right.
Jay, we
Did
need
not.
to know: is this a sex dungeon?
First of all, you have to sign a waiver first, okay? And you have to make sure your keys are put by the door. It's very important. You have to wear name tags, and you have to
When does
fill
the
out
lava
another
come into
form
it?
with your
I wanna
likes
be
and
clear.
dislikes.
Consent form.
When I said that I wouldn't be friends with a dungeon, I would be friends with a sex dungeon as long as we could maintain good boundaries.
Right. It's
Fair.
important.
I would be friends
ev-
with a dungeon asterisk.
You also have to tell us what flavor of Gatorade you like because it's very important to keep your electrolytes up.
The Oh.
Oh boy.
There are
don't think
better
I
ways
like
to
any
keep
of them.
electrolytes. That's than
I would use my
Gatorade.
usual anyway Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not sure if that would work in this context.
All right, so we're all across the bridge.
You're all across the bridge, and it's
Wow.
immediately cooler right in this vicinity. The air is less heavy and dense.
Yeah,
You
rock
can
has
tell everything
glasses.
here has been protected. Yeah,
It's very cool.
Nice.
right. Not Frieza, it's cooler. And that's a joke for all you Dragon Ball fans.
Oh,
out
don't
there.
take my
I love you
silence
all.
to mean that I didn't get it.
Thank you. I knew at least one of you.
Take my silence to mean I didn't get it because I'm not a fucking nerd.
Says the person who just
Yeah.
pulled out a 100-year-old dictionary to define dungeon.
While to settle an
Listen.
argument that was started in a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Listen,
We are just roasting each other today.
we're in Volcano, to be fair.
I mean,
That's-
yeah, but,
that
like,
seems
the-
like the good place to be
The
roasted.
instant I jumped into this call, we were just roasting each other, and
This-
it's that it's continuing in game as well.
This volcano is tearing us apart.
We
Okay.
all
Get
woke up
outta
and chose
here.
violence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. This is the smallest part of the monastery. What you probably call an inner sanctum or a secret
Foyer.
cloister or something of the sort. And you can tell that because there's almost, aside from that drawbridge, there's almost no additional security past this point, right? And you're looking in, and you can see there's this crystal obelisk just sitting in the middle of this next room.
Is that the one the girl was talking about? I forget her name.
Seems to fit the description.
Hello. Rescue party.
Is there anything in here? Can I check it out?
Yeah, go ahead and give me
Investigate,
perception
perhaps?
checks, investigation, whatever you'd like, everybody.
I would like to investigate.
Me
Go for
too.
it.
21.
Investigation.
Natural 20.
Okay,
Oh, look
listen.
at that.
Okay, well,
And
I got a 12.
do I even need to?
I don't know. I mean, you could look for different things. Investigate implies you're poring over the visual evidence that you're looking through right now. Perception implies
That's the
you're
only
I
looking
will
for
thing she
do-
something
knows how to
quickly.
do.
Yeah,
I will do perception if everybody else is doing investigation.
sure.
Just because. Never mind, natural one. Fuck
Ooh.
this.
I've gone blind.
I got something in my eye, like there's some blood falling down from my
Is it like the ash?
The ash.
What's with
Yeah,
ash in your
my
face?
dice
it's
today do
difficult
not
on
like
fayish
me.
complexions. You know. Okay, so for those who investigated, as you make your way into the room, you notice that there is along the walls murals, and they're very old murals. Do either Tim or Emery speak Primordial or Ignan?
Nope.
Nope.
Does anyone in the party have the ability to speak any of those language, Primordial or Ignan?
I can cast comprehend language.
That would work. I think.
What about the? Didn't she give us an amulet to speak to the guy?
Ron has
Word
it.
Oh
doesn't he?
yeah, that's right. I stole
that-
that amulet from that
Is
child.
that
But
just
I mean,
verbal, or does it work on text too?
It's a good question.
Hey, Vernon, do you have? I found some like notes, but I can't read them. Do you have the amulet thingy from the nice dwarf ghost?
why certainly, of course I do. And he holds it up, and he's clearly been just grasping it this whole time because it's valuable, and he doesn't want to lose it.
Can I put it on real quick? Is that okay? I'll give it back right back. I promise.
Oh, of course, I trust you. And he just hands it over.
Can I read it while wearing the amulet?
You can.
Ooh.
Thanks.
It turns out that the language was an Ignan derivative, which is why Primordial would have also worked. This is a shrine that is very old. It was founded when the volcano was founded, which was a very long time ago. Again, stressing, very old here. This place was founded in conjunction with elementals. This, every once in a while on the material plane, there'll be hotspots where, literal hotspots in this case, where the planar walls are a little thin, and occasionally, like, an elemental will just pop through from a different place. Air elementals, water elementals, etc., etc. In this case, a family of fire elementals pop through, and they immediately establish themselves into a volcano. And normally when this happens in history, this leads to obviously a bunch of death and devastation, and this was no different. The mural depicts the very first time that a group of humanoid, not human specifically, but a group of humanoid people who live on the material plane, who were originally a sect of druids, learned Ignan and started to actually just talk to the fire elementals. It did take some time, but eventually they came to a compromise, and then friendship, and then a full-on symbiotic community relationship. Fire elementals don't need much. They subsist on themselves, and all they really need to do is create something burning every once in a while to release a lot of the pent-up fire energy that they've got going on. However, what they don't have a lot of in their plane is community. They don't speak with each other. They don't talk with each other. They don't none of that. So this was very new to the fire elementals, and this was the deal. The fire elementals would get companionship, and the people living on the mountain would get protection. And the fire elementals crafted this pillar of crystal that you see in the middle. And this pillar is intended to make sure that no one dies of early unnatural causes. So things like murder or accidents or even plagues, even though most people would consider that to be a natural cause, but those sorts of things just do not kill people while this crystal is active. That's what you're deciphering, while the people who rolled perception hear a groan from one side of the room. And you see a very disheveled looking young man in like robes. Yeah, like just leaning up against the wall. Going,
Classic.
Hi.
Doesn't give a shit.
Oh, shit. Hey, I'm gonna like kind of run over there and kneel down and check him over.
He is exhausted. He's like very exhausted.
I'm just gonna be like, stay with me, bud. What's going on?
Are you the rescue party?
Yeah, I guess technically. Are you the only one here?
I am the last one here, yes. I was told to keep the beacon going so the monastery didn't fall into the volcano.
All right. Well, I guess then we're your rescue party then. There's really nobody else here? They all left?
Father Rain left to bring news down the mountain along with our history. Did you not run into him? You
No, we
all
didn't see
remember
anybody like
there was a request for one of you to maybe find an elderly monk who they knew was trying to make his way down the mountain, and you all just didn't have time for it by the time you got there.
I'm sure he's fine. And Zoe has a breakdown.
Oh no!
Furthermore, those of you who rolled perception instead of investigation, you notice that the great crystal in the middle of the room here has a big crack through it, and it's like fizzling a little bit. Its light is shining weakly.
Oh no, the dark crystal.
All right, that's bad.
And so and then the end of the story is that basically this crystal is what keeps everything from going to bad.
All
Okay,
right,
there's
well,
a guy in here.
So, should we just carry the crystal out, or what's the deal?
No, I think so. Okay, I
How would
assume
we
that
even
none
do
of you
that?
were listening to my story when I was like telling you all what I was reading from this like super ancient, really cool.
Got the gist of it.
Yeah, so like the guys in the people, the elementals in the volcano, they just want friends. And they made an agreement that like everything would be cool. Well, not cool, but like I mean, I guess yeah, also cool cuz they wouldn't light everything on fire. It basically stuff will be good if we're nice to them. And so what happened? Why did they stop protecting this stuff? What happened?
Yeah, what happened to the crystal? Why is it broken?
Oh, well, that's the strange thing. There was a big earthquake one day, and it cracked right up the middle.
Is there any way to repair it?
Can I sense if he is telling the truth?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an insight.
That's a 3.
Oh yeah, you believe him. Absolutely.
I would also like to do one of these checks because I would like to.
Go for it.
Oh, 9. I have a +4 in that. I thought it would do much better.
I mean, sometimes you just roll low, my friends.
Yep. It is one of them days.
Gotcha. I mean, you again, because we play like once a month. If you folks want to make a history check, knowing what you know about the area now, you can absolutely do so.
Sure.
I do know that in real life earthquakes cause volcanoes to erupt. 14 for history.
I got a 9 again.
Gotcha.
Got
Anyone
a 10
else?
for history.
10. Oof.
Oofs in the chat.
For history, I got 9 as well.
I have 14.
14.
My God.
Okay, so Rathgirther and Tim, you both remember very recently the only other major event to have happened around this time was the death of Ashbeaker Mary, the little girl. Now, you don't know if it coincided, but you do know the date she died.
Oh, right. So she got a lung infection. Like she died of an asthma attack.
Yeah.
Can I talk to the guy and clarify the dates to see if the earthquake happened and then she died or if it was vice versa?
You can tell from I forget the date specifically, but suffice it to say she died and then the earthquake happened.
She shouldn't have died before the earthquake is the thing.
That's true.
So wait, so you say that but that doesn't make sense. Right? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, Star has this thing wrapped up nice and tidy in a bow, I think, but I don't know if Emery would.
Right.
If the monster like the thing in the volcano, the Ruatal or whatever, if the dwarven girl, if the ash speakers are all like the community, if she died, that would have really upset Ruatal.
But she couldn't die if the crystal was the crystal keeps people from dying. So how could she die before the crystal got broken? Because the crystal means that she couldn't die.
Maybe it just happened too fast.
And you said that something like they couldn't. Was it like sabotage or something? Could somebody have purposely done something to?
Mister, I don't think you're telling the truth.
Do you folks want to like shake him down a little bit?
I'm
He's
gonna,
very
I
exhausted.
think
It would be very easy.
I think Sparks is at least gonna come over and like growl in his face.
Whoever wants to roll an intimidation check may do so.
I'll try for that.
These dice don't like me today, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway.
22!
Jesus.
Oh, I got a 24.
Spark.
I'd rather not
Hey!
fucking around.
Sparks has a -2 charisma and still rolled a 19, so 17 for Sparks.
We're gonna scare the shit out of this guy.
Hey, we're the rescue party.
God.
What
We're
the fuck
going
is up?
to traumatize this man.
Good.
Well, he'll be
so
traumatized and alive.
you guys
So-
close in like a very angry boy band, and like
Boy band.
like all 20 members of a really sinister looking K-pop group. You just kind of lean in towards him at the same time. And I mean he cracked this guy has like a minus lots to his stuff right now. He's got like 4 points of exhaustion. So yeah, he's very
about
tired.
to die.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, "Oh well, we don't tell the villagers this, but every once in a while we have to take the crystal offline."
Or
Is there anything on the mural about that?
Why don't you make me a deeper investigation check? You'll have to. This will be bigger.
12.
12. Does anyone want to help out with that? Maybe give her advantage.
Perhaps
Yeah, I'll
some
just
bardic
manage.
inspiration.
Crack my knuckles, you know.
Can I
You're
roll
sure
again?
that's what happened?
Yes. Go ahead and roll with advantage. I think everyone acting in concert in this case is
8.
8. Maybe like I mean
I have a
that's-
+7. I it's shit.
Right.
It's fine.
That's all I can think of. We have to take the crystal offline every once in a while.
How do you do that? Do you like lift it off the pedestal, or it's pretty big?
The elders know a sealing rune that turns it off for brief periods.
Why? You said you don't know why they do that?
I am a very low member of the church. I only know how
And
to
you were
make
the one they
wine
left here?
because I know how to keep the beacon running.
Can I make? I don't want to like, just keep rolling over and over again, but could I make like an Arcana check to see if because obviously there is some sort of like arcane power coming from this crystal. Can I do an Arcana check to figure out like what it is powering or where it's getting its power from to see,
Yeah.
To follow the like electrical signals basically.
Absolutely. And
It's a
specifically
little better.
13. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Specifically because the two of you are storytellers by nature, Rathgirther and Vernon could also make a, I suppose it would be a history check.
Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I got a 15.
Pretty
15.
good.
Yeah, 14.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to combine all of these. Tim, you're
We
having...
rolled up like 45.
Yeah, 45 roughly on the way together. So
40
all of you working in concert here, Tim, you have a hard time with the mural. But that's because a lot of these older murals aren't like categorized histories like you're used to reading, and so it's a little bit more difficult for you. But Vernon and Rathgirther are used to mythic cycles and hell, there's even an aspect of song written into these murals. Just this, I think probably Rathgirther, you would be the one to notice this specifically, but like if you arrange the character of Ruatal, the little the fire elemental in the murals, and you arrange them along a key, it would actually play a tune that is specific in Ignan, incidentally. But he wouldn't have known that without Tim being there, so there's that. So with that, plus Tim, you take a look at the crystal and you take a look at the runes at its base and what you think it could do. And part of the deal with the elementals was that every once in a while, the crystal would build up to such a level of energy that they'd be able to open a portal to the fire realm and be able to swap out elementals, as it were. And so interrupting that flow keeps the elemental here.
So they had a slave elemental.
Tim is furious. If Tim could barbarian rage, she would.
Mhm.
She is pissed.
What's more,
She's gonna stomp her little feet over to the guy.
Oh no!
Oh, buddy, I
Go,
can't
buddy.
control her when she gets like this.
Oh, shit.
You better
back
tell
Get
her.
the little one back.
You, I am disappointed in you.
And what's going on?
Okay, you, Rethgurther and Vernon, you guys help me out. You're the ones who really like figured it out. Can you explain it?
Yeah, basically, these fuckers have been keeping a elemental trapped here to make sure that they don't die prematurely.
Ah,
Yep, that's the long and the short of it.
And I think, and I don't want to speak for everyone here, but I think that makes it our obligation to make sure that everyone involved dies prematurely.
And I'm all for a
the
revenge
kid goes very
quest.
wide-eyed and like, I didn't know. I just making the wine.
Done a lot of lying for a guy who just makes the wine.
I make it the wine.
Seems like you had something to hide.
So they took it offline so that they could keep this poor elemental that just wanted to go home and see their family again, and they kept it here, and they took it offline, and then this girl died, and then I mean, I can only imagine that the elemental, I mean, she was talking to Ruatal, and she seemed like good friends with them. And I mean, I can't imagine how sad I would be if one of my friends, if I found out that they died. Especially if they died because somebody was trying to keep me somewhere against my will. I mean, that's.
Well, I didn't know that's why
I
we
would
took it
exclude a
offline.
volcano too. Well, now you know.
Well, now I know. I
I don't
mean,
think berating this guy is going to accomplish anything. He seems
The-
like kind of a
the
low link on the
elemental
chain.
doesn't. The elemental is like a. Well, the air speaker said he is like a child. He is. He doesn't take it for a while. And as the young monk is rambling, I think Rathgurther, once again, you and Vernon, because you're both storytellers, I think you have. You know the gist of what we know in general about elementals. When they're very young, they're basically beasts. They don't have a lot of free will or much more. They act entirely on instinct. That's the whole point. They're like forces of nature, right? It's as they get older that they sort of develop personalities and are able to talk and stuff. So, I mean, this thing could be a couple thousand years old and still be like a child almost.
They were a child, and they knew that they were keeping a child here?
Brass
These people
tacks.
don't seem very nice.
Brass tacks. Might not be
Mhm.
this guy, but I'm going to need to kill someone with a sword about this.
Yeah, maybe we stop the volcano from erupting first, but I do not disagree, frankly.
I'm gonna remove the amulet and just sort of hold it out. I think one of us should talk to them.
To the elemental, it's
Yeah.
possible that they can't even speak.
Well, the dwarf girl, the dwarf ghost, she said that she could talk to it with this, or that she, basic communication. They don't really talk, but this is what she used.
I don't think it's a bad idea, but how do we decide who does that? If we could calm it down, maybe it would stop the eruption, do you think?
Whomst
Well,
among
Do you
us
think
is
that's what's causing it?
Rathgurther, I mean,
likely.
you're really good at like telling stories, and like I know you always like inspire me with your when you like sing and give riling,
yes.
You're really good at talking.
Indeed, I do incite passions in people, and I think that might be the opposite of what we're looking for. Someone who can calm them down.
I think point of
Oh,
order.
I'm very
another-
good at boring people.
Yes.
I mean, is it possible that maybe we just find a way to get it out? Like, if it's trapped here, how do we untrap it? Maybe that's
Send it
another
back
option.
to
that we have.
its plane.
Exactly.
Mr. What is your name?
I am Tomas.
Tomas? How often do they take it offline?
They take it down maybe once every 50 years or so.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't like wait like 49 years and 10 or 11 months and however many days. We can't just do that.
I don't know. I'm so tired. It's I think Tim, because you pulled the arcane check, and Emery, because you're theorizing, why don't you both make me another investigation check with the crystal?
Okie dokie dokie.
17.
12.
Right? Definitely both of you together, but more on the part of Tim. I think you investigate the crack, and inside you notice something. There's something that the crystal is formed around. It looks like a scroll.
Oh, okay. Somebody take this. I have little hands. I'm gonna reach. She just sort of
Vernon
like
just
tosses.
grabs the necklace back.
Okay. Can I scoop my little fingers in there? I have very small hands.
I think it becomes pretty clear that you can't quite reach it through the crack. You'd have to destroy the crystal to get it.
Breathgirther,
already on it.
I know it's not really a person, but
I guess like I wouldn't use a sword for this, so I guess an unarmed strike.
I have a hammer. Do you want my hammer?
Yeah, the hammer might work better.
That would certainly do it. It'll be like your usual attack because you're just using like a little warhammer. It's like a
It's
sledge.
a warhammer for me. I think for the Breathgirther, it's probably more like a little like handheld ball peen hammer.
I
Right.
got a 4
You got a 4.
Mhm.
Hit or for damage?
for damage.
For damage. Okay.
I assume it's stationary. I assume I can hit it.
that thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You a little bit of chipping. You might want to try again.
I believe in you.
9.
That'll
9.
do.
The crack widens perceptively. You think one more will probably do it.
Here we go, baby. Big money. No whammies. 10.
Well, big whammies,
10.
ideally.
Oh yeah, the crystal just shatters, falls apart, and the immortality of the Velasans goes with it.
Fuck yes.
And
I take my hammer back and I'm just like,
yeah,
oh, I can never use this again. It's been used by Breathgirther. That's. I know she like wraps it.
Only the
very
worthy may
delicately.
lift it. Tim, Tim Tam.
So it's a scroll that's in there?
it is a scroll, and wrapped around the scroll is what looks to be a chunk of charcoal of some sort. You're not sure exactly what it is, but then you read the scroll and you get it. This is a scroll of plane shift.
Ooh.
It's a very early version of
charcoal
the
from
spell, but it's a scroll of plane shift, and the charcoal is likely bound to the plane of fire.
Mhm.
It's a little bit
Gotta
out of
do
your
it.
wheelhouse, but you could probably cast this, considering you now have the scroll.
Oh, so I explained that to everybody that, you know, this could bring them home, but I think we need to go talk to them first and see if they want to go home.
I mean,
'Cause
it
I don't-
sounds like they probably do.
Yeah, I think that, you know, they need to. I think they're probably done being told what to do, so I think we should just ask.
Yes. Or if indeed the creature cannot yet commune with us, subdue it and help it home, as it were.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, we're going to take a break.
Ah!
We're at the top of our first hour, folks. This is when we usually take our break. We are going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break. We will be back very soon. All of you who have been watching with us, you also deserve one. Get up, use the washroom, get yourself some fluids, get yourself a little tiny snack, and we will see you all right back here. Hello and welcome back, everybody. We are here in the volcano. I hope you all had a good break.
Wahoo.
We are now in a volcano. The party has just found a scroll of plane shift and destroyed the crystal that was keeping everything alive-ish in Velasco. The reason for the Zambos is now gone. And yeah. So you solved my zombie mystery. Congratulations.
Oh, that's why the
Oh.
zombies have. That makes sense.
I also have a theory
I
about
didn't
this.
Crystal is
realize.
only kind of working. Yeah.
I also have a theory about this that I'd like to just float by the party.
Mhm.
There was also a fire elemental on the Chew, and we couldn't die.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What was the thing that we had to keep? Was it a fire elemental that was in the
Mhm.
engine?
On the
Yeah.
shoe, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Seems to be a running
Mm.
theme, almost as if foreshadowing is a literary device.
I don't know anything about that.
Is Jay that smart though?
Yeah.
I know authors who use
Damn.
foreshadowing, and they're all cowards. All right, everyone's being a smarty, but you now have a way to confront
butt.
the creature.
Sure, my butt is
Well,
very intelligent.
Is that
He's
like a
about to
smarty
kill me,
pants?
so
Right.
Yep.
And I think those of you who are wondering what to do next notice that behind Tomas is a window made
It's
of
literally just
form.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks out over what appears to be the interior of the caldera.
Hey, Rathgurther, you know what I always say?
Shit about reading.
Well, that, but also, windows are just
We've killed Jay. He's dead now.
windows are just doors that haven't been opened yet.
I mean, you can open windows though.
I've never heard you
some of
say that.
them.
There are also doors.
What I'm saying is, you should smash the window open.
Oh, tight. Yeah, absolutely.
But there are doors on either side. There are easy
There are
stairs to
doors?
get downside.
It's already in motion.
I thought that was the only way.
Just throwing like the biggest hunk of crystal out the window that she can manage.
Yes.
Go ahead, make your again. It's a stationary object. Just go ahead and make your damage roll.
What do I roll?
Oof, that's a good question.
It's an improvised weapon.
It is an improvised weapon,
Oh, shit.
but I think. Let me see here. Hell, just do your 1d10 plus 2 damage. I don't know. It's treat it like a long sword.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That one is 9 damage.
9 damage. Yeah, this is a window in a volcano that has been erupting lately. So you're just gonna huck it, and like the metal immediately goes, and like it just bursts out. Whatever glass was remaining is now gone, and you're all washed with heat.
Oh,
Of
shit.
probably the worst kind. All of you who are wearing amulets, they start to begin like glowing very profusely. You know, like those things that you wear when you go into a nuclear irradiated zone, and when it starts getting
No.
like brighter, you go, uh-oh.
A Geiger
That's-
counter?
Oh, there are
Yeah.
Geiger counters.
No, they're these like these little like tabs that when they get reacted to ionized energy, they like show up in different colors, and when it gets to a certain color, you go, oh, I'm dead now. That's fun.
Oh,
Yeah, so like
I can't say that
there
I've
are
ever
there are
experienced
canaries
that.
in
What kind
our
of life
in the-
experiences do you think that this group has?
well, you were on a chew.
My husband works with nuclear engineers, and I've never heard of that. But
Oh. Well, when your husband
I
looks
don't
at this,
doubt
he can
you.
look at
It's
you
more
straight in
just
the
like,
face and
I
go,
doubt
I don't know what he's
Ooh.
talking about. He's a lunatic from Canada. And
Fuck
the Canadians
Canada.
don't have nuclear energy. What is he talking about? So
There's like a nuclear reactor like very close to here.
right? Man. Okay. A dosimeter. Yes, thank you. Someone in chat.
oh, I have heard of that. I've heard of the technical word. I haven't heard. I didn't know what it was, but yeah, I have heard of that. Cool.
I explained
Yeah,
the
thank
smart
you.
thing in a very
Vanilla
dumb
shot
way.
in chat.
Yeah.
That's just how he talks.
That's the tagline for this whole show. I explained a smart thing in a very dumb way. Okay, so you're also noticing that the way down is quite a ways down from here. It's got to be something like, I don't know, 20 feet maybe.
Wait, so like, are there doors?
There are.
Is it like a drop?
Next to Rathgurther, you notice there are 2 doors, each leading into
Yeah.
a side area.
I was
always
looking at the doors.
I always knew they were there. I just wanted Rathgurther to feel feel strong and cool.
It worked.
All right. Well, I'm not jumping down that, and I'm just gonna like open one of the doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
you
yeah,
open
listen,
a
you
door,
guys
yeah.
can jump if you want. I see stairs, so
Oh, how is the guy? Is he
he's-
dead now?
No, he's exhausted, but that's about it.
Okay, the like heat wave didn't.
Well, you notice he actually has his own little thing.
Do I get the sense that he would die if he didn't have it?
He would at
Oh!
the very least have to make another Constitution saving throw immediately. It's a very oppressive heat in here.
I want one for my dog. Okay.
I mean, I'm all for beating him up.
No,
Oh yeah,
we
you want to
need
make
him
another
for
insight
later.
check again?
No, I don't, Jay. That is a natural 20
Natural
for
20.
a total of 20.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, this time you notice that Sparks is panting. You didn't program him to do that.
Hey, Sparks, buddy, you okay? I like lean down and like. I mean, it didn't program him
It's
to
hot.
sweat either, so yeah,
Hmm.
you're. Has he always been able to talk?
Every once in a while, he will say a word or two.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you know what? This is kind of a big deal right now. I'm gonna tuck that away in the brain for later. We've put a pin in that, and we will come back to it when we've solved the volcano.
Right.
Okay, and I'm just gonna give him a little kiss on his nose and follow Emery down the stairs.
Mark.
I'm stuck in the door frame. I'm stuck. I cannot go down the stairs. I cannot go down the stairs.
All right, I will. Hold on.
Wow, whoever
Hold on.
designed this place didn't do a very
man,
good job.
Somebody designed a terrible. There you
Open
go.
the door and it blocks the wall. Whoa, shit!
Oh,
Let me just get everybody where they need to be here. Hwa. There we are. Hwa,
Door.
Hwa, and Hwa. I accidentally grabbed Tomas, so Tomas is coming with you, I guess.
I
I
was
better
gonna
be.
suggest taking him prisoner or something anyway, so don't want him to run away.
Everyone's gonna just go down in here and have a good time. Have it.
is it a good time?
I'm still measuring stuff. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. It's so
Nope.
funny.
I'm being measured.
Please don't
Alright,
find us
everybody.
wanting.
Right. I think Rathgurther has managed to find herself in the nether realms or something. 1 second. Oh no, okay, I get it. I see you now. Wah. Oh, wah. Oh, wah. Okay. Remember, folks, you can either make sure that green pin is down a little lower to see the map more easily, or you can hit the N key, and then you can... It'll just wash away everything. So you stand before this big bronze door.
Locked.
It is encircled with runes. It's not locked. You can tell that you could literally just push it open. It is cool in here right now, and you can tell that mostly it's the runes that are keeping it that way. But as soon as you open that door, it's gonna be rough.
Well, we got no choice, right?
I mean, What is a closed door if not a window that just hasn't been smashed yet?
God damn it.
Yes, I have heard that one before.
I want the Butterball Almanac. I want this group of sayings and.
All right, so if we're gonna try Operation Talk to It first, who's taking point on that?
Well, who speaks Ignan?
Anybody with the necklace, I thought.
Wait, Vernon has it now. He said he's really good at like calming stuff down.
Yes, and also
Yeah.
a good liar.
Sometimes.
I don't. Do you lie, Vernon?
No, I certainly never ever lie. Never.
Deception check.
He says he doesn't lie.
Hmm.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 9, so
Who am
yeah,
I
he says he
thinking?
doesn't lie.
Who am I thinking of? That's good at lying. I thought it was somebody.
Hmm.
Maybe it's me.
Vernon
Yeah.
just shrugs.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah, you can tell it's a lie.
Hmm.
Lying is only when you do it for a bad reason.
It sure is. It
I
sure
love the world of
is.
Tim.
Anyway.
If you do it for
Shall
a
we
good
go
reason,
through the,
it's
uh,
telling a story.
Yes,
Still
that's I am a
lie.
storyteller, so yes. No, I would not lie to you folks.
Right.
Well,
I am
no
not
one who
somebody
is
who keeps
dishonest
secrets.
would say that they were honest, so I think we can move on
Exactly.
from this point. Vernon, do you think
Yes.
you can, without lying, calm down the elemental?
Well, that's asking a lot, but I'm sure I could try.
Right.
Okay. Shall we venture forth through the door, or shall we try to, I don't know, steel ourselves against the heat? I don't.
Wait, Mr. Tomas, are there any other amulets around here?
No, every monk has their own, and that's it.
Don't have any backups? But like, what if
No.
somebody loses theirs? That doesn't. You always need redundancy.
Well, I mean, they would have been in the tool shop, which is beyond the range of the beacon and has been melted.
Yeah, but they're fire resistance amulets. That seems like the kind of thing that wouldn't melt.
Well, they don't activate until you put them on.
I thought that like you couldn't destroy magic items. Is that true?
Nope.
That feels true
Mm,
in
I
my
could.
heart.
That's like a second ed AD&D thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard it before, but I don't know the context.
Yep.
Well, okay. Well, that seems like a poor decision. I'm just worried about my dog.
Your construct here.
My dog, yeah.
Right.
You
Well-
can see he's getting really hot, and I don't want him to get hurt.
Right. I mean,
Perhaps we could
stay,
borrow yours.
He could stay.
I
in
don't want to
here.
get hurt either.
He could stay in here. I mean,
But I
the
thought you
door-
said when we opened the door that it would like get really
we could,
hot.
We could close the door again behind us.
Can we see where the amulet is on this guy?
No, don't take it. I don't want him to get hurt either.
That's
We
okay,
need
listen,
him.
here's-
Yeah, we're just noting where it is.
We need
We
him
bar-
for a super
we-
secret mission later.
Do
Listen,
we
no,
need
okay, look.
him?
There's some kind of enchantment on this room where as long as it's sealed, like if we just shut the
Okay.
door behind us, then he's not going to be able to leave by himself. He's pretty much
Okay.
trapped in here until we decide it's time to leave. So as long as he stays
But if
in
we
this
get
room,
into a fight, then what?
then what? We get into a fight.
You think this guy is going to help us in a fight?
I'm very tired. It's like,
Yeah.
he's got, like bags under his eyes.
And
So
no
do you-
offense, you look like super weak. Anyway,
If
Yes. Okay, so Zoe, some of the things that Tim knows, your construct is a construct. Like it should have resistance to this sort of stuff.
should
Should.
is a word.
Yeah. It is a word.
I have a
yeah.
degree in words. I know that's a thing.
Right?
it's, Sparks has his favorite music on. The AC's blasting, and he's just vibing.
There are treats in the back. Sparks, I'll take you in here with me, but as soon as you feel like something is wrong, I need you to let me know, and then I'll send you back out, okay?
Okay.
What a good boy. Okay, I think we're ready.
So where is the amulet on this guy?
It's just hanging around his neck.
Okay.
Oh, before we go in, I would like to use my ability to disguise myself as anybody and turn into the dwarf girl.
Ooh,
Oh.
manipulative.
I don't know that that's a good
Wait,
idea, but it's
do
Do they
fine.
know that she's dead?
I mean,
Theoretically,
you can ask.
I think
We're about to find out.
I think the elemental knows she's dead, and that's
You
why it
can-
caused the earthquake.
Yeah, you can
I think
ask.
it would be pissed if you did that.
I don't know.
But
You think so?
I don't know.
I
Let's
think
ask
so.
him.
I don't know.
I
This
think
is
it's
a
a
town where
really
people come
good
back to life
idea.
all the time.
Yeah, you do have a resource behind you, little Tomas there, who might know what they told this elemental.
Okay, Tomas, you need to tell us right now. What did they tell the elemental about the girl, whatever her name was, the ash speaker?
Well, the concept of death is odd for an elemental, right? Like those in the lower planes, when they die, they just go back to their plane, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the only way we could make it understand was that she had gone back to her home.
Her name is Terrell.
Terrell. Why did I think it
She
was
has a
something else?
name.
I thought it was like Mary or something.
It is.
That's what I
It's-
heard at the
hold on.
beginning.
I believe it's.
But her
Mary, hold
first name was Ash and her last name was Keeper.
on. Speaker.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
the
I
last
thought it was
the last
Speaker.
person they took died young. Terrell is what I have written down.
I may have given you a difficult name in the moment. It's
I
Terrell
forgot
now.
it.
No, you took the
It's
note.
Terrell,
It's
okay.
Terrell now. Yep.
What was it?
Terrell is what I have written down.
It was May. It was May crop collar.
That is
Okay.
super
That's
not
a
what you
nice
said
name.
when we asked her name back in Tema.
Listen,
That's all
She's
I
a
have
girl of
written
many
down.
names, much like myself. I mean, I am Vernon.
I wasn't taking notes, but I do remember that is super not the name that you said.
listen.
I just
Being
felt
a
bad
DM
that
is
we
hard. If you gotta make up names on the spot, throw some apostrophes in there, and you're good.
like
Yeah.
Ruital apostrophe. I
This
just
is
felt
why-
bad that we like didn't refer to her by her name. It was like I don't like this feels a little disrespectful, but as long as she has a name, I don't care what it is.
This is why I make things easy for the DM by never taking notes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, everybody.
So if they told if they told her that that Terrell went back to her home, then this elemental doesn't know that she's dead.
Yeah, we're good.
Then what caused the earthquake?
It was
He got sad.
mad that
Lonely.
she went back, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because like the only way this elemental understood things is that,
I see.
yeah.
Oh, so it's like
'cause
my
it
mom is
can't-
leaving. I'm
yeah,
gonna have
well,
a
she
tantrum.
can't.
Okay.
The elemental can't conceive of death the way mortals
Yeah.
are because it's
Okay.
not a mortal being, right? So yeah.
So you're gonna fuck this thing up if you come. It doesn't matter. Tim isn't having this conversation. Vernon can do whatever Vernon wants to do.
So in that case, then would it make the elemental happy to go back home? Like if Terrell were to escort it?
Why don't you make me an insight check? Just not against anybody, but like how Vernon thinks, because like Vernon, you're a con man.
19.
Yeah, there you go. So you're
Yeah.
a con man. So you're a quick study of the way humans interact and the way people just kind of deal with things. You would imagine that given what you have been told about this creature, that if you were to show up as its only former point of contact, that it would be likely to, while still being a little bit upset, at least be satisfied that things were back to normal and just assume that this is the way things are going to be again. Which, of course, when you leave, that will not be the case.
Right.
I mean, ideally, when we leave, it's back in the plane of fire, right? That's why we have that plane shift spell.
Correct, but the idea that this thing wants to go back to the plane of fire while it has ash speakers to talk to, probably, like, you don't know, right? That's the whole problem. You don't know exactly how advanced this creature is in terms of its cognition at this point. All the monks have noted is that it acts very much like a child at the moment, and so it could have it either wants to go back or wants to be with somebody who can interact with it, and I think that's all the monks think, that this is all it really requires at the moment.
Well, the thing is, I think maybe, I mean, this is above the table talk, but I think it might make more sense to go in as yourself, and then we can pull out that as like a trump card later. I think maybe going in with it immediately is not the best idea.
Yeah, I agree with Zoe.
Mhm. That's fair.
But I think
that
using it
makes
as a
sense.
backup, I think is definitely, like, if we find that we can't get through to it, then I think maybe she could.
And another thing that I would wonder is, what if Tim were to take one of those magical stones that she's so capable of making with the messages and stuff on them, and we send it with the elemental through to the other side, so that it always has something to remember its friend by?
With the girl's voice?
Yeah. Since I'm able to disguise myself, I don't know if that counts with my voice as well, but
So wholesome.
Right.
I know.
That's really nice.
So the
That's
way
really nice.
it is really wholesome. So the way disguise self works is that you would have had to have heard the person's voice before in order to mimic it properly, which of course you can't because
Correct.
she's dead. However, if you remark this out loud, I'm just asking if you did.
Oh, yeah. I suppose I would have just asked that
right.
like aloud.
Maldris can also.
Yeah, would
I
I
don't
have
know
been
if we
able
know
to
that.
change into her if I hadn't seen her?
Well,
Because she's dead.
You've seen her body, but you didn't hear her voice either. Randy did. However,
But if I can change into her body, wouldn't my vocal cords be hers?
Did you see her X-ray?
Yes, yeah, exactly right. Listen, did you do your MRI? I think, Maldris, why don't you give me a roll, just a d20 roll, and add your proficiency check for me? Because this is going to be rolling. I want to roll with your, like, class here.
My proficiency.
It should
Proficiency.
be +2.
Hold on, I hit the wrong button. Where does it say? Oh, proficiency bonus. Yeah, +2.
Mm-hmm.
So just roll a d20 and add +2.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be a 1.
It doesn't have to be high or low. I'm looking for like a range of numbers.
10 + 2, so 12.
Well, okay, that's in the range. I didn't want it to be real low and I didn't want it to be high. Your class, right? Its features specify that you have a bunch of spirits, not just Randy. We so far have only made Randy because it was funny. So, here is what I am thinking.
Could I have seen her spirit?
Yeah, this girl is the first real spirit you've run across since Randy. I think it would not be above the pale if you want to, that she is currently tagging along with you and you just haven't noticed up until now.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Spooky.
I mean, so I can hear her speak then if she talks to me?
Sure.
Okay. Is she talking to me?
Yeah, what do you want to ask her?
Oh, I'm talking to her. Okay. So what? Like I just see her like floating behind me or behind Randy or something?
I think you probably didn't notice her because she was floating so close to you. I think she's been under your cloak this whole time.
Oh, okay. What was her name again? Tyrell?
Well,
Yeah.
It's a matter of some contention.
Right.
Um,
She is the lady formerly known as Tyrell.
oh, Tyrell. I didn't realize you were following us.
Oh, is she here?
Yes.
I have nowhere else to be. So
How close were you with the fire elemental?
I've been talking with him for years. Well, maybe 2 or 3 at this point.
Okay. 2 or 3 years. So
He's fun. He likes games.
games. Okay. What games did you play?
Mostly hide and seek. But he only lives in this one pit, so it was very easy.
Okay. I don't know what else to ask her. I mean, I assume talking to her enough, I've got a handle on her voice now.
Yeah, very much. It's light and breezy, and she's got an accent that lets you know that she's probably not exactly from Valasso, or at least her family hasn't been there in more than a generation or so.
Maybe we could ask her if there's one thing that she could say to her elemental friend one last time, what it would be. Yeah.
Okay. Can she hear them or?
Yeah, she can hear them.
Okay. Does she respond to Vernon's question?
Well, he's very lonely. He should go home, shouldn't he?
Do you think he wants to go home?
I think he would if someone suggested it to him. He often doesn't think like that. He's a very now sort of person, you know?
So you think he would want to be with people he can communicate and play hide and seek with in his own territory?
Well, he hasn't seen his family since before he could think. So he's only really known us, you know? Might be a good time to rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, we'll see if we can suggest bandage.
It's a brand name term. Yeah, wouldn't exist in
Fantasy Band-Aid.
Band-Aid company, I'm sorry. Don't come after us.
You're referring
No,
to
we
an
could get a
adhesive
sponsorship. Sponsor us, Band-Aid.
Oh yes,
Band-Aid
those
sponsor us.
lucrative Band-Aid sponsorships.
Oh yes, yes. We
Next
sell
month I
those
show
at
up with just, like,
Necromancers.
Band-Aids all over my face.
Actually, I was almost
Sponsor.
using one, but I
Please
couldn't.
I have that asset.
I couldn't find one today. I had a stash of Band-Aids for my knitting. Anyways, long story. That's probably boring. But yes, let's see if we can suggest. I'm talking to the party now. Let's see if we can suggest to send the elemental home with their people. Oh, does the elemental have a name?
It's
Ruital.
Ruital.
Oh, that is the elemental's name then.
Yes.
I thought that was a different creature for some reason.
I think we've always called whatever elemental stayed here as Ruital, but I don't. They didn't tell me much about how. I was just supposed to talk with him. That was my whole job.
Okay.
All right. So we have a way. We do have a way to send it back, right?
Yeah, we got the
Well,
scroll.
sort of.
How are we going to use it?
Yeah, this scroll, it needs somebody to go with it. And I think it has to be
Well.
the person that casts it, but I don't, it doesn't have to be the person that casts it. Like if I cast it, do I have to go or could I like designate? How does that work?
Right. Well, this is an older version of the spell.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Does the person have to be conscious?
They have to cast the spell. But I mean, also in theory, they were using this to get elementals out of the plane of fire, so it doesn't. Based on that, it doesn't seem.
The crystal had a lot to do with that, though, right? It was like a focus.
Go get a chunk of that crystal and bring it back down here.
Right? I mean, there is a crystal down here already from when you threw it through that window.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was the biggest chunk too, wasn't it?
This is a surprise tool that will help us later.
This is why you always smash windows.
Yes, to make them into doors.
That's what I'm saying.
But we didn't use it as a door.
Yes, the person who casts it at least has to be the one that goes. So.
Mr. Tomas,
Yes.
are you magically inclined?
Well, yes, I'm a cleric.
Could you cast this? I mean, not right now. And I will take it away from you if you're gonna do something bad with it. But could you cast this spell?
I could. This looks, and he takes a look at it. I mean, it's a very high level spell, but that's what.
I mean, I could help you with it, but you
the
would have to be the
scrolls-
one to like officially do it. Because
I mean, that
I
would
don't
be what
wanna
this scroll
go.
does. Helps me do that.
so you would do that. You would do it. You would cast this spell if I asked you to.
Well, sure, you have a way to bring me back, right?
Yeah.
Can you make me a deception check?
It's not lying
Vernon
because I'm
raises
doing it
his
for a good
eyebrow.
reason.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Do you want to make me a persuasion check then?
I mean, regardless, it's a -3. 3.
3.
Oof.
And he goes, I mean, does anybody else have a way to
Can I
bring me
whip
back?
out my dagger and hold it
Never
up
been much of a
menacingly?
magic user. I'm more of a stab people who endanger my friends type.
Would the spell scroll get used up? Like, would
Yes.
it catch on fire? Okay.
Yeah, the way plane shift works is that you have to bind it to a thing from that plane, which is what the piece of charcoal is. So in order to come back, he'd have to have a plane shift with something from the material plane. So you need a second scroll of plane shift, and then
I'm sure that there's like a shop there that you could buy a scroll from.
am I
The Fireplane is known for its shops.
taking this to mean that I am going to be casting this whether I want to or not?
No. You're taking this to mean that you want to.
Right.
Could I possibly forge a scroll to make it look like
Oh,
First of all,
I will help. I will
yes, you
help him with
can.
that.
It will take some time, but of course, if you, Vernon, why don't you make me a deception check on Tomas to convince him that you were actually writing up a new scroll for this as you speak.
8.
8? Well, you know what?
Yep.
Tomas doesn't know a lot about magic. Like I said, he's a low-level dude, and he has 4 levels of exhaustion right now. 8 was what you needed to beat to get him to believe you anyway, so you got just on the right side. 'Cause
Okay.
it was a quote-unquote
Huzzah.
very easy roll. Now you have to forge. So if Tim is helping you, you get to roll with an advantage. But you're going to be rolling me a performance check, I think it is, for this.
Okay.
I think. Listen, chat, don't be mad at me if this is wrong.
First
I'm
one
pretty
is
sure it's performance.
12.
Yes, it is.
The second one is 4. So I got 12 or 10. So I got 12, I guess.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll
Man, that
for
plus
him.
6 is not helping me at all.
Okay, I'm going to roll for him and see if he can suss this out. Spoiler alert. He rolls everything at disadvantage right now.
Yay.
Well, that's a 3. And that's a 1. So yeah, he
Yay.
entirely believes that this is the exact same.
This poor man. I feel kind of bad about this.
And then, like, I don't know, you like
Look,
scoop
we
up,
can
like, a
bring him
rock,
back later.
like a cobblestone or something for this chamber, and you're like, look, it's the planar binding. And he goes, oh,
Yeah, it's the same exact thing.
oh, well then yes, of course. It's a pleasure. Listen, if my order made this mess, I want to clean it up.
We appreciate your service.
And you feel like you do genuinely feel like you need to do something to make up for this, like you are feeling that way, right?
Right, yes. I mean, I don't.
You feel
I
like
don't,
you need like
I wasn't
repentance of some
involved in
kind.
any of the decisions that led to this, but like I was.
If you were perpetuating it,
Yeah,
I-
you benefited from a lot of the decisions.
Correct. Yes, we have to. We don't have to say that we would make the same decisions if it was us, but we have to say that we are benefiting from the situation that results from this, and we can do better. So I'm yes, especially if there's a good way to come back, I would love to do this.
See, this is allyship. This is
Mhm.
allyship right here.
Now, don't forget, this is the one that you need for the way back. This other one is the way in. Okay, just
Right.
remember that, because if you forget, it will not work properly.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go inside. We should do this fast. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Rip Tomas.
Listen, maybe he'll like it there.
Yeah.
It'll be like a
We can
hot
always go back for his remains
vacation
later.
spot.
Okay.
He's gonna die is the thing.
great doors push open, and immediately you were all flooded with an extreme amount of heat. The ground and the floors and walls around you are vitrified from the amount of lava that has flown through this area in the past couple of days. As you all step out there, I'm going to need you all to immediately make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
What about
that's a nat 1, which is a 2.
Sparks as well.
9.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Anyone who got below a 10 takes a point of exhaustion.
Wait.
Where do I add that?
They're
Conditions?
conditions in D&D Beyond.
I got 14.
Sparks and I both
One.
rolled 19s. We are twinsies.
Absolutely.
Perfect twins.
I should get a point of exhilaration or some shit.
That's right. Listen, you want a point of inspiration? You can take it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Go for it.
I earned it by rolling a big number.
That's it. So you're all here. What am I doing right now? What's my thing?
Asking myself the same thing, buddy.
Right? Listen. And there's just in front of you, there's this big pit of just lava. You're here at the very heart of the caldera. It's technically a little bigger than this. Obviously, this is just difficult. This is for scaling purposes. But you hear sloshing and you hear deep, low rumbling. And I think it only takes you a few moments to clue in that this rumbling isn't the rumbling of a volcano. What you're hearing is the weeping of something gargantuan.
He's crying.
And this creature
Oh.
appears out of the magma and just kind of, it looks like it's made out of pure just magma and fire. And he's just kind of sloshing around in his tub.
Baby's having a tantrum.
Yeah, he's very upset.
My heart. I can't handle it.
So who is going to attempt to speak?
Vernon's going to walk forward and he's going to say, "Oh, you must be Ruatal."
Can you make me
In a very pleasant voice.
Yeah, make me a persuasion check.
Oh, I was rolling on 18. No, it's 11.
It's 11. That's not that bad. He turns to face you from his tantrum, and he gets up like real close, so close that you're starting to you're going to take a little damage if he gets this close. So I want to know if you want to try and stick it out.
Yes.
Okay.
I am also going to try to bite my tongue with regards to breath mint jokes.
Right.
Jeez.
I'm at full health because I didn't take any damage to the last few battles, so
Oh, lucky you.
I know.
I need my dice. I need a little d6. Where are you? I'm gonna use my fiery d6 so I can find it, because you're gonna catch fire.
All
In
right.
fuego.
Nah, I'll just use my clear one. Screw
I'm
it.
gonna have crab bake tonight.
Crab. Oh, you take a
Yeah,
whole.
Crab.
Smells inexplicably like
You take a
seafood.
whole 6 damage as like your eyebrows start to like
Aw,
get
man.
singed off, and yeah.
Right, 6 damage.
No, not the eyebrows. That was his best
That's
feature.
my most yes. Oh,
And
I'm so
he-
expressive with them now when I do the eyebrow.
How will
Nobody's
we know
so
when he's
good.
being sarcastic now?
Incidentally, that's 6 damage halved to 3. 6 damage halved to 3 because of your.
Oh,
yeah.
thank goodness.
You have a resistance to fire right now, is what the amulet does. And he gets up close.
Yes. Oh, well, my name is Vernon. Pleased to meet you. I came here basically to see if you were interested in playing a game of hide and seek.
No,
I heard from your friend.
no,
Mention,
God.
mention the girl.
What did you say, Jinx?
Mention the girl. Name
Yes,
drop her.
of course. Well, see, the reason I say that is because I heard from your friend, Terrell, that you enjoyed playing hide and seek and thought that since she's not here at the moment, perhaps we could play a game. He sent me to basically be your friend in the interim.
What? Rally. What rally? Not Vernon.
Oh.
Okay, that's fair. I understand. I'm not quite the same as your friend. I'm sure that you both shared some very fun memories and things of that nature. What if instead I was able to get a message from her to you?
What message?
Well, what if she, I don't know, asked you if you would like to go home, back to other folks such as yourself, other fire elementals, play hide and seek with them,
Why don't you
and
make?
she would also send you with that message.
Why don't you make me a persuasion check?
I got an 18.
18. This is this is a little bit difficult for you, Vernon, because I think, especially as a con man, you haven't really interacted with children very much, even when you were one.
Hmm.
And so
Technically still am in some ways.
that's right. However, I think you distinctly remember, just by dint of you pulling so many cons in so many different places, I think you distinctly remember probably at least a time where a child was a direct, you conned somebody who had an effect on a child. And so I think this persuasion check is you digging a little deeper for once. The people you have been with, and forgive me if I'm speaking a little bit too much into your character at the moment, but this is from me and you talking back and forth. I think at this moment, maybe Vernon digs a little deeper and thinks of something that could make him a little softer towards something that's like a child, right? And showing a little bit more kindness than deception. And your perception check of 18 shows that you probably are digging into those places. Is that what else is Vernon maybe thinking of in this moment?
Gosh, I really wish I could remember a time when he said that he would be conning like somebody connected with a child or anything of that nature. You remember my backstory better than me.
No, I'm just remember because we left that part kind of open for that, right? And I think it would be almost impossible for you to be pulling the amount of cons you did without affecting a child at some point.
That's true. That's true. So, gosh, what would be a way to do that? I mean, I could offer him my charlatan's dice and see what those are like. You know, if you roll really high, you win, and those always roll high.
Right. Sure. Yeah, you can offer him your token if that's what you're
Sure.
thinking of. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking of. Well, what about this charlatan? Sorry, this dice. This dice. I'm not a charlatan. What are you talking about? Have you ever played with dice before?
It's gonna melt them.
Why is there a sword next to me?
Dice.
Yes, they're shiny, much like the rocks surrounding you, but different colors.
He probably
anyway.
would reach out, and unfortunately, like, you're gonna get hurt if you stay there again. You could leave it for him on the rock and back away if you would like.
I think that I will need to save face here so that he doesn't think that I'm like nasty in some way, so I'm going to stay there.
Okay. You're going to take 5 damage, rounded down to 2, I believe.
2, okay.
2 more fire damage. Your clothes are starting to singe.
Okay. Luckily, I work at a clothing store.
And he takes the dice from you, and you notice that these dice aren't burning. And they're very tiny in his hands, but he's still able to manipulate them and move around.
Oh.
Dice.
Yes, they're very cool, right? Neat to look at.
If you want, Vernon, you can make an insight with advantage right now because you've calmed him.
Okay, first roll is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Second roll is a 19.
You quite accurately guess that you have calmed the creature enough to at least have a chance of suggesting that they send him back home. You could probably suggest a whole bunch of things if any of you have specific plans.
So what if I offer to send him with, this is to the group, send him with Tomas and the message from his friend back to the plane?
I mean,
You guys
let him
think
keep
that
the
makes
dice
sense?
too, if that's what he likes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can just buy another set of charlatan dice. Unless I can't, I don't know.
I don't know. They're probably
Wait a minute, those were charlatan dice?
No.
You're a charlatan?
I mean, dice. No. I
Oh,
would
right, you
never.
took them from a charlatan.
Yes.
Right.
I liberated them from the charlatan. Yes.
Good.
Thank God
The fewer
someone honest was
charlatans,
there.
the better.
Okay, so
I mean, are you, because it just sounds like you're both like gurgling a lot at each other. Are you having a productive conversation?
yes, surprisingly.
Oh, good.
He really likes the dice.
Aw.
You can see he's like.
Now,
Big
if-
money, no whammies.
Ruatal, if you'd like, you can hang on to those dice and play with them as much as you will. And I can send you back to the plane with the rest of your folks, as well as a message from Terrell, and our friend Tomas here will guide you through the portal or what have you.
You can tell that you probably just threw too much information at him.
Oh, whoops.
He recognized Terrell. He recognized the person you pointed to, Tomas. He hasn't talked to Tomas, but like he knows, like he has object permanence enough to go, okay, that's a person. I get it. But yeah, all this together is like.
Dice.
Too much. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
It was just you're just talking about his dice again. They're his
Oh.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll them to see how high you can roll? The bigger the
Does
number,
he know
the
what numbers are?
more you win.
And they go like flying past everybody.
Uh-oh.
And he laughs for a second, and then he just completely moves on, like he forgets about them entirely. You know,
Hey, that was a
easy
great
come,
roll.
That
Nice
was a
job.
kid.
go.
Yep.
Yeah, easy come, easy go.
Classic child behavior.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
My close friends have a toddler, and this character may or may not be taking some cues.
Amazing.
I think you're thinking of the coast there. I think you're especially because you're pretty high insight check on that last one. I think you're pretty sure that this creature would not really understand what exactly is happening, but being back in the fire plane would certainly make it happier. At least happier than here, where it's alone.
Yes. Right, right. So you would like more friends? Maybe more like you?
Friends, more friends, yes.
Yes. Yes. We all love friends. If you'd like to come with me, we can get you many friends.
And he starts to like climb out of his pit a little bit, and a bunch of lava like surges up with him. Because you told him to come with you, right?
Okay.
So he's
Yeah.
We should
guess
just
that
bring
was a
Tomas
mistake.
over to him, shouldn't we?
Probably a
Yeah,
better
I'm
idea.
a backup,
Yeah.
so I don't get any more
Can-
damage.
well, they're
Vernon's
having
gonna
this-
say, actually, on second thought, stay right there.
Oh,
While they're having
bring
this
them to you.
conversation,
Yeah.
can I work with? Because I'm sure, like we talked about this before. We talked about having a rock with a message from Terrell. Can I be working with Maldris to, like, can they, like, transform into her, and we can like record the message and get that worked out while they're having this conversation?
oh yeah.
Just so I have it whenever, the time comes to get shit done.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
pretty
I don't
easy.
need to transform completely, right? All I need to do is just change my vocal cords.
That's correct. Yep, you're a changeling. You can do whatever you'd like, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like talk into this rock and I'll enchant it. It would be great if you like hold my hands while I'm doing it, because it comes from the power of like belief. So
Okay, I'm gonna put my hands on top of hers, and then I'm going to ask Tyrell if she's still with us. If there's a message that she
no,
wants to
that's
send to her
like
friend.
the thing. She's not still with us because she's a ghost.
Your friend is very cute.
I'm just gonna ignore Tim and just listen to Tyrell
Probably for the best.
and just say whatever she wants to say to what's his face?
Basically, she programs a message in, or by you, that basically
Mhm.
starts a game of hide and seek. So saying, okay, Rutol, find a place to hide. I'll count to 10. 1, 2, and then like you just finish off at 10, and that'll be it. And then she waits for a bit, and then she says, "Found you," and then basically whenever he activates the rock, he can play a full game of hide and seek.
That's adorable.
That is so sweet. Thank you, Maldris. Tell Terrell that I said thanks.
She can hear you.
Thanks.
So that in my other voice, not her voice.
Not Terrell's voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Vernon, let me know whenever you need it. I have it here.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. Great job. That's
Right,
that's really
I
great.
guess I'm going to cast this, so you should probably stand back. Yes.
Yes, I suppose so. Okay, Ruatal, our friend Tomas is going to help you go and find more friends. And then he hands over the rock
Oh.
to him.
Oh, can
Right.
I, before, when he like walks by me, can I see if I can take the amulet off of him?
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
This man is so dead.
If we're sending him to the fire plane without that, he is dead. He's just
know.
gonna
Dead
die.
either way. Let's not.
Where's my sleight of hand? Okay. It is a 21.
Jesus. Yup. And he immediately takes another point of exhaustion, leading into 5 points of exhaustion. And he goes, "Oh,
dead.
it's so much hotter up this close."
Yeah, man, it's like you're like right next to the fire.
Okay, I'm trying to cast
But
this very
cast it
quickly.
quick!
Yes. And Ruatal gets closer to the man and he's like, "I had to take your hand." And he's casting, and like his flesh is starting to bubble a little bit because he doesn't have the
I'll
amulet anymore.
help with the casting
Yeah.
to do it before he dies.
And he turns and looks back at you all and he says, "I'll be right back." And then both of them disappear in a flash of fire and smoke. And the
Wow.
immediate lava automatically just starts cooling down. And I think you all realize that this volcano was only here because of the elemental. Valasso will
Now
no
it's just a
longer
mountain?
be a volcano.
Quick, punch the
town.
volcano!
Punch it!
Punch the volcano!
I punch the ground!
Yeah, we all punch furiously as the lava recedes.
I punched the volcano! I promised people I would.
Emery punches the volcano, and it goes cool,
win!
proving that Emery killed the volcano.
I did it.
Did give him the message rock, right?
You did, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
we may have
otherwise
not
would be
said it
very
out loud,
sad.
but we did it.
we,
Yeah,
we
I
made
said
sure.
of
you
course.
would. That's
We
all
would
right.
have remembered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. So, you have solved the mystery of Valasso. The town will no longer be functionally immortal. The town will no longer produce such fine wines and
Well, they probably will
good
for a couple
food
years.
for a couple of years. But all of that was based on the captivity of creatures that this generation of people in Valasso had no respect for. And so I think you have done a general feat of good, with the exception of poor Tomas, who is
Fuck Tomas.
this kid did
Yeah.
nothing
I'm
to
sure
you
we'll see
people.
him again someday.
Wrathgrither
my-
turns to Vernon and she's like, "Okay, activate the counter spell."
Vernon just looks back.
The
Oh, we
spell
made
you,
it
the
out.
scroll you wrote to bring him back.
We did a lie, except it wasn't a lie because it was for good. We
Yes.
played pretend.
Ah,
it was
very
make-believe.
cunning.
Yeah.
Speaking of for good, and Maldrus is gonna hold out the amulet for Sparks.
Eldris!
Look, I just found it.
Certainly did.
Wow. I'm gonna go. I know it's not like as hot anymore, but I'm gonna put it around Spark's neck and sort of try and like
Yeah.
fit it in the slats of the metal so that it stays.
Oh yeah,
And it's not just like clanging the whole time.
you fit it onto him, and his body incorporates it immediately. Just and he's got this fiery
Oh,
jewel
it's a permanent thing.
in his center.
Oh yeah,
now.
is he just like
It's a permanent
permanent
enhancement.
fire resistance?
You gave it to him.
Hell yeah!
That's pretty fucking cool. Okay.
Nice.
I mean, I guess we all have the amulets. Do we have
Right.
to give them back? I don't know if we ever talked about that.
We
I
might
mean,
have had to
aren't
give
they
them
all
back
dead
before
now?
we discovered that the town enslaved a fire elemental.
That's
Vernon just
true.
stuffs it in his pocket and is just like, give what back?
Right? Yeah. So all of you, I think, managed to make your way out, and I mean, the ash is slowly clearing now that it's not. It's going to be a couple of days. I'm not saying like it magically just clears the whole thing, but you're high up here. You can see for miles, just miles and miles.
And then we see another volcano way in the distance. It looks like it's about to erupt. No, not again.
Oh. That's all, folks.
Well, now we know how to do it.
That's right. Now you're the expert, really. Did I get everybody over here? Yes, I did.
Yeah, I see your problem here. You got a fire elemental misses its friend.
Right, I've seen it before.
Yeah, I can probably take care of this if I can get my guys in.
That's right.
This job is at least 500 platinum.
Right.
But I mean,
At
if you
least
think
that.
about it, it's really a small fee because you don't pay it, you're all gonna die a fiery death. So I mean, who do you really got to convince here?
Right.
This is the future of the party.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Volcano plumbers.
Woohoo!
All we need is some overalls, hats with the first letter of our names on them.
Mine's still an M.
Yeah, you're our Mario now.
Super Maldris. Wahoo.
Oh no.
So you're all standing out here, Bassie in a job well done, and a youthful person sent to torment and devastation. And I don't know, like it might be just that this has taken a bit of a toll on the group in general. It's been quite the adventure, you know. Looking out for the top of the mountain, I think Rathgurther, because of the last time when you were able to like peek and like give a sense of yourself for the first time in a little while, you look in the direction of eastward and you can just barely make out the Desserin foothills that you have been avoiding for the last couple of months. Emery, you can from the top of this mountain see the main road that leads all the way back to Waterdeep, and you can see the secondary road leading also eastward that you know will eventually lead you to your uncle's private chateau, which you know he's been hidden, holding up in. Vernon, you're seeing a couple of places nearby that you have spent a little bit of time in conning your way up and down the Sword Coast from here. Tim, you can see just the edges of the Great Forest where your parents were last spotted setting down their instruments. And Maldris, that same forest is the one you climbed out of, not maybe a year or two ago, I think we said, roughly, for the first time. And at that, a mark that you had forgotten about on the back of your neck starts glowing. It's hot and it's painful,
Ow.
and it smells of dried leaves.
What?
And from all around the group right now, coming from nowhere and everywhere,
Finally found my way into this world, my prey. You have been marked, and I am going to find you.
What did you say, Vernon?
I didn't say anything.
What was that?
Who was talking just now?
Sparks, was that you?
I've
And-
been marked.
I don't think I programmed in an accent like that.
an image
I've never heard an accent like that before in my life.
from the mark on Maldris's neck brings out and above the group, and you're seeing this this forest glade, and you're seeing what looks to be some sort of portal. Maldris, you recognize this portal as the one you left years ago, and out of it comes the glowing eyes of several large beasts and one larger humanoid form behind them with unblinking round eyes and 4 arms and a vast expanse of wings.
The fuck
The
is that?
Lord of the Unseelie Court comes for you. You have been warned.
And everything cuts off. And that's where we're going to leave it for this month.
What the fuck?
No. No, I refuse.
Why am I gonna be
Awesome.
gone next session? God damn it!
What star?
Yeah, so Star is going to be gone for next session. So what's going to happen is, much like last year, we're probably going to do our level up session because you all hit level 5. Congratulations. You have completed
fast level.
my Velasso module. That is the second of my 2 modules you have finished. Congratulations. And now we are in uncharted waters. It is all your backstories from here on out. And whatever, of course, interactions you have made along the way. We'll make stories out of that. So we're very much flying by the seat of our pants now. Hi, folks. How's it going? So next month's Friday will be whoever can join in, and we will do our little bit of downtime activity. That means that's your level up sequence and whatever else we want to go with from there. And then Star, you and I will come up with something, and maybe somebody else if they want to go on Star's little adventure. We will find another time to do that at some point during either this month coming up or the month afterwards. So
before or after should be fine. It's just last weekend of May I will be at a convention and we'll be 3 states away. So
yeah, so we'll work around that. As for the rest of us, we are going to take a very quick break, and then we're going to come back for maybe about 20 minutes, half an hour, and answer some of your questions before we finish off for the day. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.